Hey, this is Moody, and you're watching Moody Talks Movies, except we're not talking movies. We're talking Game of Thrones, Season 7, Episode 2, Stormborn. We don't want to waste your time, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. I'm here with my Padawan, Chris, and we're going to get down and dirty into the stuff. So let's see. What'd you think of the episode?
So, man, what a great episode. So many great scenes, you know, that harken back to season 1.
It's going mad fast.
Yeah.
But then it's also kind of going slow. Like, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, certain storylines are progressing a lot faster than what
That's
I thought.
what's great about this show, though.
Yeah.
The pacing is so good.
Yeah,
you know? It's always propelling itself forward, you know?
So let's get into the main points of the episode. Daenerys and Varys. That showdown that happened towards the beginning of the episode. Honestly, I think that's the most I've ever seen Varys speak without being interrupted ever.
Right.
But his speech was epic and it was awesome.
Right. And I was kind of waiting for someone to put Varys in his place, you know.
He's
like
shiesty.
But on the flip side of that, I also wanted someone to put Daenerys in her place because she's getting a little bit, you know, she's starting to feel herself a little bit, man, with that Mother of Dragons deal, man.
Oh, if you mess with me, I'll burn you alive.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, but he's a shiesty guy, so that needed to happen.
Right.
Now, Arya, Batman, Westeros' Batman over here.
For sure.
So she meets up with Hot Pie, which is great to have Hot Pie back again. Looks like he's been eating all the pies since he left. Yeah. Now, he lets her know that Jon Snow actually took he's King of the North right now.
Yeah.
I honestly forgot that she didn't know, which is why I was wondering why she was heading to King's Landing in the first place.
That's what was interesting about this episode. There were so many instances where I felt that way. Like I was like, yeah, I forgot. You know, Hot Pie. Oh yeah.
For real. So that moment where she's like, am I going to King's Landing? Am I going north? Then she turns north, you're like, yes! Yep. However, Jon's leaving the north, so...
Right.
Probably, when she gets there, it'll be Sansa, who she doesn't even like anyway, so...
I think it was a little bit of foreboding when she met up with her long, estranged direwolf, you know?
What was up with that scene, though? Is that the actual direwolf, or no?
I think it was, and I think it's kind of a reflection of what's to come as far as her story arc goes, because she's gonna decide to go her own way and do things her own way, and I think she's been kind of showing that from the beginning. But
there was a theory about how that's Bran and he warged into the wolf. I don't think...
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, but I don't think that's true. Like, there was zero setup for that.
There's no...
at all.
Well, you know, Game of Thrones.
Next
episode, they'll give you the whole story and how that was really Bran, you know?
So, I mean, I'm excited to see where Arya's gonna go next, but we have to talk about Jorah and his barbecue skin. It was nasty.
Yeah.
It was gross. And I wanted no part of it.
Yeah, that yellow pus.
And then it cuts into the soup.
Scrape it out. Yeah. And, that's great. Yeah, we have to talk about that because that's something that it looks like a theme. Like
they've been cutting nasty, but it's only this season. Like I feel like they got a new editor or something.
Yeah, and then it's like from this nasty stuff, and then all of a sudden they'll cut it into some people eating something. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
It's gross. But you think Sam's gonna cure him?
I think so.
I think so. Why would they show it? Why would they show it if he's not? You know what I mean? No.
Unless they're setting up for his getting booted out of where he is.
I feel like Jorah's gonna have like some sort of redeeming arc. He's been Captain Friendzone way too long.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like he's gonna redeem himself somehow. You know what I mean?
I think Jon Snow's gonna tap that.
Nah.
I think so. Nah. I think he's definitely gonna get it before Jorah does.
I don't.
I think so, man.
Well, Jorah's never gonna tap it.
He's never gonna.
He's Captain Friendzone.
Yeah.
He's never gonna tap it. Now, cutting from that nastiness to a nice, sweet, warming moment. Grey Worm and Missandei? Is that her? Missandei. All right. I'm not gonna lie. It was a nice, moment. It was nice to see someone not getting, raped and pillaged on the show for once. However, to me, that scene ran a little long. I'm like, yo, we got 7 episodes only this season. Like, let's wrap this up. Like, I didn't need the whole drawn out thing. Just the kiss would have been fine for me. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, it's a long time coming. And I kind of wondered how that was going to go down, to tell you the truth. But I mean, look, I mean, you can give naked Missandei as much screen time as you want. I'm good with that. Like, you can draw it out.
I hate sex scenes.
You can draw
I was
it
like,
out.
let's
It's
wrap
fine.
this up. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Someone needs to get murdered. Let's go. Let's go.
And it was nice to see, sex in that was not weird.
Right. That's not like raping and pillaging or in a whorehouse.
Right,
you know what I mean?
And consensual and all
right,
that.
exactly.
And they weren't related,
Nah, but you know what? Like, I've been rooting for baby Barack Obama the whole time. I've been rooting for him, so you know what? Man. It's good.
Yeah, man.
Him and Fast and the Furious chick.
Yeah,
good for you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
They're probably gonna die next episode. That's how Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So moving on, let's talk about the North. All right, Sansa, Jon. Sansa, once again, did not learn her lesson from last episode. She needs to learn how to shut it
up.
Cut it out. Like, shut it, woman. Keep it. Honestly, though, but I will. Okay, I'll give her some credit. Jon literally did not tell her anything. I feel like he should have been like, yo, if I'm going to leave you in charge, maybe I should tell you about it beforehand.
Well,
I
think they had, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but last episode they had kind of one of those conversations where it was like, who's in charge here, and I think this episode kind of made it pretty obvious that Jon had this title forced upon him. He didn't ask for it.
Well, yeah, but I thought that they established that the last season where she's like, he's like, I'm gonna give you the room. She's like, nah, it's yours. Like, I thought we were good. So I'm like confused why there's confusion now as to who's in charge. I thought we decided that already, so I don't understand.
I mean, it's pretty apparent that Jon Snow is running the show right now.
For sure.
And everybody is rooting for Jon Snow. Like, we want him to run the show right now.
But Sansa, I can't with her. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't with Sansa right now.
Yeah,
I can't. People are like, she's like, oh, she's powerful. No.
My thing is, she's never satisfied. She's always moping around for one reason or another.
I mean, don't get me wrong. She's been through a lot, but
still.
she
hasn't had it the worst out of all of the Stark kids.
Nah,
so,
Arya's. You think Arya?
Yeah.
Nah, but Bran, dude, that dude's been dragged around.
From episode 1.
That dude's been dragged around, and his freaking uncle Benjen literally left him like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was like, here, like, I'm like, is he gonna be in a hotel next season? Like at the Waldorf, he's gonna wake up and be like, hey, like, and freaking, what's her name? The one who drags him.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, come on.
She's got it the worst. She's literally been pulling a sled for 7 seasons,
she's mad because she
you think Sam's got it bad? Nah, bro. Something with an M.
Don't get me wrong. Sansa has had her trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
But I mean,
she has not had it the worst.
Sansa.
I'm sorry. Even though Ramsay was bad, she's not had it the worst.
Yeah. I mean.
So moving on, Jon, without telling Sansa, decides to go to Dragonstone, which is where we knew he was going to have to end up anyway. He gets the letter from Sam. Then, he finds out about...
All signs pointed to Dragonstone.
So when Sansa's like, nah, I mean, she has every reason because their grandfather did go and, was killed by the Targaryens. I get it. However, Jon's a badass, bro. Right. Did you see Hardhome? Right. Did you see him fight he's good. Right. He's good.
Or that last battle.
Yo, but are they going to run into Melisandre, though, when they get there? Because she's there.
I mean, I hope so.
And he's going with Davos, too, who hates her.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. I can't wait. I freaking can't wait for next episode, bro. I'm so pumped.
Yeah. It's going to be a good one, man, because, I mean, they haven't seen each other since she basically brought him back to life. So,
well, no, he ousted her. He was like, nah, you need to go.
But he immediately he recognized her for what she was.
Right. Which I've never really liked her that much anyway.
Right. But, the fact that she can, wiggle herself and put herself in places of power is dangerous, and Jon was able to recognize that right off the bat.
Now, she did mention the prophecy of Azor Ahai, which is the prince that was promised. Now, it doesn't sound to me
princess.
It doesn't sound to me, though, because Missandei was the one who like corrected her. To me, it sounds like she still wants Jon to have the throne. She's just there because she ain't got nowhere else to be, and she feels like this alliance makes sense. But I don't think that she thinks that Daenerys is the prince or the princess.
And she says something to her that stuck out to me because when she says. I don't know if it's you, but you definitely have a part to play in this, So I think she knows. She knows something.
She has a part, but she doesn't think that that's
right.
Him,
Yeah, no, I don't think.
But I am mad pumped for next episode for real. It's
gonna be a really good episode.
Moving on to towards the end of the episode, we get some lesbian action, which honestly. That to me was such a waste of time.
Yeah.
It was such a waste of time.
It was kind of lesbian action, like kind of PG-13 lesbian action, but the real lesbian action isn't what you think it is.
Right? It was just like okay, I get it. Theon's sister is a total lesbian. I get it. I don't need that thrown in my face. I have nothing wrong with lesbians, but honestly I don't like sex scenes. Period. So I don't need any of this sex thrown. Just murder and kill people and do your Game of Thrones stuff. I don't need any sex. I don't need it. I don't want it. So
I can't agree.
We're gonna agree to disagree on that.
If it has to do with Daenerys or Missandei, or Daenerys and Missandei
together, I count with you.
All right,
I cannot.
Right?
I cannot.
No, I know. There's people out there that agree with me.
Moving on, apart from the lesbians, let's go to my man. Euron Greyjoy, Mr. Hot Topic himself. My Chemical Romance blows in off like the top of the ship and like slides Pirates of the Caribbean style right onto the boat and just goes to town, bro. Okay, I have some words I need to say about Theon. Not Theon, Euron. Okay. I did not give a crap about this guy last season. Like, I didn't pay attention. I didn't care. Like, I was just like, okay, yeah, that's the uncle. Whatever. They're like, oh, he's going to be worse than Ramsay. Yeah, whatever. Sure, whatever. Dude, last episode, he got me. When he showed up in his, leather chaps and, like, freaking, like, was talking to Cersei like he owned the place. Like, I was like, yo, I don't know, but I like this guy. He's got crazy eyes. I'm into it. But this episode, when we found out what that gift was, it made perfect sense, and I feel dumb that I didn't think about it.
For sure.
I kept thinking, like, is it gonna be Tyrion? Is it gonna but yo,
and look out, because that's gonna be the power couple to look out for this season.
Who's Cersei and him?
I'm gonna predict that now. That's gonna be a crazy alliance.
Before we're gonna save that for the predictions, because we're gonna get into predictions in just a second. But we cannot end this review without talking about Theon.
I don't think there's anything to talk about there. I mean,
dude, Homer Simpson,
is a coward,
right out.
But it's no surprise to anyone.
Would you have done anything else though? Legit, like
not after that entrance, it's like, yo, Euron, the way he came in and he smashed that dude.
The sand snakes, he killed the sand snake. That's why Euron's my man. I love that guy, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I love him, but I hate him. Like, it's just both. You know what I mean? Like, I love him. He's awesome. Now, Theon, I don't know where he's gonna go from here. I legit have no idea where his story will progress from there. So let's start our predictions, and maybe we could start on Theon, where you think he's going to go from there, and what else you think's going to happen coming up.
Well, I'll tell you where he's not going. He's definitely not going to show his face at Winterfell.
Yeah.
And he's definitely not going back to the Iron Islands. So I mean, anything goes. He can end up anywhere.
Honestly, this season I don't really. I'm at a loss. I don't know, but Jon and Daenerys, they're gonna team up somehow. I mean, there's gonna be they will get defeated every now and then, but at the end of the season, it'll be them. At the end of the season, I'm predicting the wall's gonna come down, and that's what's gonna start. Season 8 is gonna be all about them White Walkers. That Night King, it is going down next season.
Yeah.
This season's them. Next season's all about them White Walkers. Who cares about the Game of Thrones? Like, it's going down.
Yeah,
for sure. And Bran's gonna have a huge part in it. I just know it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, so listen, check us out. Next week, we'll be right here Season 7, episode 3 will be right here to check it out. Make sure to click the link to subscribe. And if you like us, leave a comment below. What do you think? What are your predictions? And what did you think about Theon? And that Homer Simpson stuff that he pulled. For real. Nah, for real. So we'll catch you guys next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.